Hunted in the Shadows, a story summary. After 2 months on the run, Sylvia has become something she never thought she'd be, a traitor marked in silver and exiled from her Fee clan. Her skin now bears the burn of their judgment, and the weight of her banishment follows her like a second shadow. She's not alone, though. At her side are John and Cliff, the monster hunters who once captured her, then chose to save her. Together, they drift along the edges of the human world, hiding from enemies in both realms. Their journey leads them deep into the swamps of Louisiana, to a place John and Cliff once called home, a hunter's outpost nestled among the cypress and moss. But something is off. The warm welcome they expected has curdled into suspicion. The outpost has changed. It's under new management now, and that management has twisted the place into a trafficking hub, slaughtering magical creatures, packaging their remains, and selling them to unknown buyers for twisted purposes. Sylvia senses the rot immediately, and not just in the walls. There's a darkness lingering here, whispers of broken pacts and corrupted humans profiting from Fee blood. John is shaken to see former allies now overseeing this grotesque operation. But before they can even begin to reclaim the space, something else stirs in the water. They first hear her song on a windless night, a sound that pulls at the bones, irresistible and wrong. A siren, lurking in the swamp, begins hunting them. She nearly kills John, dragging him under the murky water with her voice. But Sylvia is no ordinary Fee. Her magic isn't song, it's raw will, and she fights back. She saves John with a burst of fury and power that leaves her nearly unconscious. That moment, messy and charged, shifts something between them. There's no more pretending that they're only surviving together. There's connection now. Real, aching, undeniable. As they regroup, new beings enter their path. Wild Fee, drawn to Sylvia's exile and the magical disturbance the Siren left behind, watch from the shadows. These aren't the elegant courtiers from Elysia, they're untamed, swamp-born, and strange. Sylvia isn't sure if they're allies or threats, but she recognizes them as kindred in one way. All of them exist in the cracks between worlds. This is the first of many uneasy supernatural alliances in the swamp. Then, other Fee appear, wild fairies of the bayou, neither friend nor foe, who complicate every step with ambiguous motives. The Siren confrontation is brutal. John nearly drowns under its spell. Sylvia pulls him out, collapsing in his arms, and their connection deepens dramatically, no longer just hunter and bound Fee, but allies with emotional urgency. Back at the outpost, the corruption goes deeper than John feared. Monster parts are being preserved in vats, sorted like meat, labeled for shipment. There are contracts, ledgers, and black market logistics. Betrayal stings worse than any wound. The outpost reveals horrors, frozen monster carnage, vats of blood, crates labeled for unknown buyers. New management, a ruthless figure who once hunted alongside John, stands by a dark operation, showing how hunter morality can collapse into profiteering. Setting things right here is a test not just of muscle, but of trust and conviction for the team. Sylvia discovers her role is not just sidekick. With her magic, she disrupts the hideout's power wards. With her courage, she confronts human wrongdoing. John and Cliff find new faith in her, not as a monster, but as their equal. The confrontation is brutal. Wards are shattered. The outpost burns. Sylvia's magic, once seen as a threat, becomes their salvation. Cliff, ever gruff and loyal, steps up in ways no one expects. And when the dust settles, the three of them stand bloodied but victorious, changed, bound tighter than before. But victory comes with consequence. Word of what they've done spreads quickly, both among humans and the magical underworld. But as they dismantle the outpost's operations, they discover the network is larger than they thought, a client bankrolling illicit monster research, smuggling creature parts. The threat extends beyond the bayou, and their small victories may trigger bigger consequences. By saving one outpost, they may have just painted a target on their backs. Sylvia and John connect deeper through the spectral plane, a shared metaphysical space where their feelings, fears, and hidden truths swirl together. They see each other's pain, his guilt, her exile. Their bond transitions from necessity to choice, crossing into forbidden intimacy. Cliff grows closer to Sylvia, too, joking, guarding, and reveals cracks in his tough exterior. The three become a found family, hunters, and heartbreak tied together through shared survival, loss, and love. By book's end, Sylvia stands between worlds. She's fought alongside hunters and bonded with humans. She's faced the Siren, survived hidden threats, and helped dismantle the killer's den. She's fallen deeper in love with John, defying clan exile and supernatural law. But more lies ahead. Their actions have drawn the attention of supernatural powers, some benevolent, some lethal. And as the final pages close, Sylvia and John face growing darkness beyond the swamp, far from the hunter's hideout, and far from safety. Then comes the final twist. Drum rolls please. The story cuts to a quiet car ride. Sylvia's mother, long veiled in secrets, sits beside Hazel, Sylvia's younger sister. A human man drives. One her mother knows intimately. Their conversation is hushed but heavy, loaded with years of unspoken history. Her mother, composed as always, tells the man it's time, the girls need to know the truth. And then comes the reveal, he is Sylvia and Hazel's father. The man they believed had died years ago in a magical explosion, drawn to the forbidden gems infused with ancient power, lured by their energy and ultimately consumed in a magical blast, had not died. He had survived, transformed into a human, his magic burned out of him. And Sylvia's mother had known the entire time. She had never told them. Not even when Sylvia was banished. Not when Hazel asked. She had buried the truth. That's how the book ends, in a hush of revelation. The world tilting, just slightly, on its axis. Sylvia doesn't even know yet, but her bloodline, her exile, and her future are about to unravel in ways she could never imagine.